everybody. Welcome, Social Distancing Social Club with Chris Bowers. Good to be here with you. It's going to be a great show, everybody. It's going to be a great show. We got great comedians. I'm very lonely. I'm very lonely. It's going to be really wonderful to be here with other comedians. And I love eating salad. And can I be honest with you? Sometimes I do eat peaches. It's going to be a great day. Great day. Very excited. I just banged my foot on the way into the show. I'm in a lot of pain. So we're going to bring our co-host in now. He's very nice guy, very funny guy. Please welcome to the show right now, Ben Gleib, everybody. Ben Gleib. You're muted. We don't hear a damn word you're saying right now.
Okay, sorry. I had technical difficulties because I'm Ben. But here's the thing. Ben, I need to interrupt this opening for a second. Do you see in the waiting room, did you invite Alyssa Milano to hang out on the show?
I told her all about the show. And
there is someone...
I didn't know she was joining us. That's incredible.
All right, well, quickly, Bowers, turn your damn camera on. We're letting Alyssa Milano in.
Okay, sounds good.
Bowers, everybody.
All right, thanks, everybody. You can Venmo, top right of the screen. You can also PayPal, laughfromhome.com, and you can Super Chat on YouTube. Go through all of that. That's Alyssa Milano. That's awesome.
Alyssa, hello.
Hi.
How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm so excited to laugh.
I love it. What a surprise to have you here. Very cool.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you. Thanks for doing this, all of you.
Of course. I just did this podcast for the second time and told her all about the show, and she surprised us in our video front row. I love it.
Here I am, and your episode is great, and it will drop on Monday morning.
I love it. How is your quarantine going? I see you're in your podcast studio right now.
I mean, this is kind of where I hide from the kids, so...
I understand that.
I'm okay. I'm hanging in there.
I also hide from children in my podcast studio, but I don't have any. I just, in general, just other kids in the world.
What is that drink, Alyssa?
That is amazing.
We all got to do what we got to do.
Right. It's whatever time it is somewhere. That's the saying, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the bad sayings, Ben.
We say in this house, it's gummy o'clock.
Yeah.
I love it.
I also say that, the different kind of gummies, I'm assuming, but all right.
No, same kind of gummies, probably.
Probably the same kind of gummies.
All right. I thought you were talking about kids again. My bad. I was literally thought it was like a gummy bear real thing with children. I didn't realize. Okay, awesome. Well, there you go.
No.
That would be a great way to knock out your kids.
The real deal.
Love that. Are you a sativa person or an indica person typically?
Indica. I have anxiety disorder, so...
Indica, damn.
Yeah.
That's Jen Cobra's voice from off to the side. Let's bring the rest of everybody in as well. Queen Rachel, of course. We're happy to always say hi to Queen Rachel.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Hi, Alyssa.
Hi. How are you?
Excellent. And then our comedians, Bowers.
We've got two great comics today. We've got Ken Garr on the show. Say hello, Ken.
Woo.
Hello, Kenneth.
Yeah, he's muted.
Yeah.
Hi, here I am. Hi, everybody. I hope you're ready for your comedic stimulus package.
And Jen Cobra is here. Say hello, Jen Cobra.
Hello from the hot zone.
Hey,
Hanukkah. We're scary over here.
You talking about the virus or just your hot?
Just my house is very...
Yeah, it's the hot zone. I've always called your house the hot zone, Jen, so it works out.
Many men have.
Well, we also, of course, want to say hi to the rest of our live video audience. Look, Alyssa Milano is no more important than the rest of you, all right? So we're excited. Jessica, M, Dina, Zara, Ben, thanks for joining us here, of course. We appreciate having you. Throw your cameras on. As always, you are a very large part of the show. And just to explain, Ben changed his background. I was going to explain to Alyssa that he was in front of Bowers.
I'm so sorry. I can bring that right back. Hold on. And boom. There it is. Yeah. And there's Bowers behind me.
Yeah, just to make sure here. I have it too.
I think that's the exact moment I learned that you could get beans and franks in a can. That was the exact moment.
He was very pleased. It was the highlight of his life.
Franks and beans.
Yeah. But all right, I'll go back to my regular background. This is my house. So happy to have everybody here, as always. Alyssa, I have a question for you. I'm curious. And I don't know, by the way, do you want to just be audience or do you want to be interviewed? I don't know.
I mean, whatever.
He's here. Ask her a fucking question.
I do.
I can take a
Where do you
joke.
get this chance?
So if you,
I'm being respectful. No, I'm so
Here's
curious.
the question I would want to ask. I just have
Sure, go for it.
You go ahead. You were saying something, Steve. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask because obviously you're very, very political on Twitter, and as someone who deals with a great deal of trolls, do you have are you a mute button person? Are you a block button person? Are you I don't give a fuck about the comments person? What's your strategy?
I don't give a fuck anymore. I mean, there was a time that I think that it would have affected me more than it affects me now. But, I just got to this point where I was like, I know who I am. I know what I believe in. And the people that I answer to aren't people on Twitter. It's my family and my children and my God and whoever else. So I just kind of, full steam ahead. And also
Plus you have witch powers.
Right, exactly.
Hello.
But also, I just have this understanding that I'm not gonna always do things correctly. And I think part of being a good ally is being uncomfortable. So,
I would also recommend, if you want to take even more of a load off of your shoulders, don't even listen to your family. I think that's a good move.
Yeah, that's
I have a question.
Yeah.
Please.
Am I muted or
No.
Okay. No.
I'm just curious as to what's going on with Ben Gleib's lighting.
My lighting?
Yeah. Empire thing going on, bro.
Very white.
You're out
You
of the
are very
lighting.
white.
You look like
That's
you're out
how
of
you
True-
look.
You look like you're out of True Blood.
You look like you're the ghost of Ben Gleib.
You look almost as pale as I do normally.
You look
I
like
figured
my
during a pandemic, it would be good to create eternal life for myself.
you look like my X-ray.
Is it better now, Alyssa? Let's see if I can make it better now. Is that
Oh,
any
no.
better? Is that good?
Yeah,
No.
that's better. That's perfect.
Live from heaven, it's Ben Gleib.
You're now my.
Live
You're now
from
my
the
god.
sun.
Ben. You're now my god. So there
Why
you
did
go.
you sing the Why did you sing the Titanic theme?
I don't know. It seemed kind of ethereal. Magical.
There's plenty of room on the door for us, Rose. Just let me on the door.
Here's the scene where Jack was behind Rose on the bow of the ship when she extended her arms and said, he said, I'm the king of the world. But this is if he was holding Donald Trump. I also love ships. I own lots of ships. Most of them sink. A lot of my ships sink. Ships and sink. People say I'm the best at sinking ships. Okay, Rose. Jack, hold me like one of your French girls. Hold me like one of your French girls.
Yeah, hold me like one of your French girls that I will bend the rules so that they can immigrate illegally because they're hot. So
Exactly. He's against family migration and chain migration unless it's in his own family. Then obviously there's exceptions to the rule.
Right.
That makes sense.
Totally.
yeah, I think his rule is that you can only immigrate here if you're a model between 15 and 17 years old. Other than that,
It's a very
we're not getting their best.
very specific immigration plan for sure.
Yeah.
You
By the
guys
way, I
sound,
also just
sound like maybe you haven't been drinking your bleach.
no, that's how Ben's skin got like that. Actually,
Yeah, he definitely has the
Probably
UV
what
light going. Ben's been cured for sure.
Unfortunately, it's like a ham. He's been cured like a ham.
Yeah.
I want to know
At this point, what's that?
I want to know what kind of pants everyone's wearing.
Pants.
Wow, it's going to be that kind of Zoom. All right.
I very luckily put on pants about 30 seconds before broadcast, so I'm going.
I mean, Chris.
Old, torn jeans.
Okay, you got. Okay,
that's
sit down.
real
then.
pants. That's like
I'm tuxedo up top, but I'm sweatpants, shorts on the bottom.
Yeah,
so
that's
shoes. So
which is by the way better known as the Indiana tuxedo. So.
Right.
That's right.
or the COVID tuxedo.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's a mullet. It's business on the top, party on the legs. That's how it works.
I never thought I'd say this, but what kind of pants do you want me to have, Alyssa Milano? Never thought I'd say it ever in my life. All right.
I feel like everyone is doing like the business on top and then like the pajama bottoms on the bottom. I mean, I have on sweatpants right now, so.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Ken,
ratty old sweatpants or are they cool, stylish, sexy sweatpants?
I mean, they're just kind of sweatpants.
Oh, those are actual sweatpants. They're not like Lululemon. Oh, those are like
cool zippers. They got cool zippers.
I was to say Lululemon.
This
Isn't
show
it
is really
Lululemon?
not turning out.
I don't know.
I thought it was going to be.
Whoever said that? Whoever said that has clearly never been to a yoga class.
That was Ken. That's amazing.
Wearing. You got
Be like, yeah, that's Lululemon. You guys wear that to yogurt, right? Isn't that what you guys?
You got the Under Armour pants on. What do you wear? What do you got on?
Hey, Lou Lamont, one of my favorite actors. Just a really great character actor. By the way, I also
passed away, Steve. It's too soon.
I realized I'm wearing. I finally got the shirt from our show. I got the Isolation Nation shirt.
Oh, nice!
Except it's green, and so my green screen. It's fucking with my green screen. So
Alyssa,
what is that a picture of?
Is that Jamie Kennedy's penis? What is that?
What is that?
No, that's Hot Dog Bowers.
Hot dog. That's Hot Dog Bowers. I told you, Alyssa, on your podcast, Sorry Not Sorry, comes out Monday, that our show gets very silly. And on an episode recently, Bowers became a hot dog. And then Steve became an egg, and I became a string cheese. So that is Hot Dog Bowers in the cloth.
I mean, I like that we're not being precious about our comedy anymore.
Ben's become a prop comic, by the way.
And a magician.
Look, dude, haters gonna hate. Okay, that's fine. Haters gonna hate salt and pepper shakers and block you out, bro.
Can you block out the string cheese? Can you block out this? Are you able to block out that, or?
Okay,
still have it.
Space and penis. That's very offensive to show that in front of our esteemed guest. Oh wait, that is our in the live. Guys, who knew that if you leave string cheese out on your office desk for a period of 3 weeks, it cures and just becomes a block of plastic?
Yeah, that's. By the way, it's called a chenis officially. Just so you know.
Guys, I'm not being rude. I'm just texting my husband and telling him to come in here.
I thought you were yeah, it'd be like the text says "save me."
The only cool prop I have are the legs from Beetlejuice. So
what?
What the hell is that?
I don't know. My fiance got them. She's like, "Hey, I put it." She's like, I bid on the legs from Beetlejuice. I was like, all right, babe, sounds good.
How does that guy have a fiance? How is that? Alone, and perfectly normal.
Don't know.
Beautifully decorated home. Nothing weird. Alone. Beetlejuice legs has a somebody. Just saying.
Well, they had to go somewhere, and that's where they're at now.
Jen, I also have a fiance. This is Rebecca. I'd like you guys to meet Rebecca. I'm really happy that it's Friday.
I believe Alyssa had a question.
No one believes that.
I have a question for Ken.
Yes.
What's on your walls?
Oh, this is these are just metallic butterflies here. My beloved is an artist.
Very manly.
Yeah. So she has all of her artwork up.
Also, she made those? Those are very cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So she does all of the art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's Well,
now the Beetlejuice legs make sense. And she's gonna turn into something cool.
She's like
gonna make it into something cool.
She's former goth, so it's like she still has remnants of her old.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, exactly.
I have a question, Ken. What would be on your walls if you weren't engaged?
Well, probably the White Snake poster still.
Okay, cool.
Just a random
unframed.
poster, a random poster of a Ferrari. That's pretty much. That's my whole that describes all of my teenage life, was just White Snake and a Ferrari.
Yeah. Wait, but framed or unframed? That's important.
Unframed, yeah. And then
okay,
you use
just making sure.
That gummy, gooey substance on the back and sticking them up.
Fun tack.
Yeah, fun tack. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. So now I've got butterflies and.
That's a word I haven't said in a long time.
Very good. Hey, I want to get to the overnight game real quick, and then the game, and then the super chats, and then maybe a set. So the overnight game last night was dumb rules. So dumb rules and countries. There were a bunch of cool entries. I had two I liked. Heather and Dina both had the same one. Was in Alberta, you're not allowed to set. It's illegal to set fire to a man's wooden leg, which I think is very interesting. That had to have been a crazy Canadian party that got out of control. And I don't know if you could set fire to a woman's leg. That seems discriminatory to me. But that was one there. And then the other one, my favorite, though, was Tesha. In Florida, it is illegal to tie an elephant to a parking meter without paying the meter. So you can get a parking ticket with an elephant in Florida, which I thought was very funny.
That's fantastic. My favorite one actually was not used in the game, but my favorite, one of those, like the blue laws, basically, just stuff that's still in the books, is you can't walk a pig in New York City without a leash. It's against the rules, which is crazy because you could yeah, but you could pee. It's New York.
Well, not legally. That's also illegal.
Yeah, but you can kind of do it.
New York does have those no standing signs everywhere. They really should think about some no peeing signs. I think that would be a solid move.
Yeah, just right on the bottom, no peeing.
Encourage people to stop peeing publicly in New York. Is my lighting better? I'm paranoid now. I'm adjusting it constantly.
Yeah,
you look different now for sure. Absolutely.
I want to know if my lighting is improved. No one's answering, so I'm taking that as a no.
You look fine. Ben, what's our game for today? Do we have a game?
Okay, we have an exciting game for today. I feel like it's Friday. We got to keep it loose and fun. And so we're going to go to one of our old favorites. We are going to do quarantine-themed puns today. The game will be Quarantine a Movie. So all you have to do is take a movie title and make it quarantine style. If you'd like to enter for free, you just put a comment in the comments. If you want to be eligible for our grand prize, a copy of all 12 of our host albums and a free ticket to our video front row where you can join the likes of celebrities such as Ben Jackson and Alyssa Milano, you too be with us for a $5 or more super chat. You qualify for the grand prize. Our celebrity guests and our comedians will be judging along with us at the end of the episode. Quarantine a movie. Examples could be stuff like A Few Good Men that I will never allow myself to stand next to on account of they got the creepy stuff.
Yeah, or, for instance, Home Alone Forever. Hey, here you go, Ben, if you want a quick no peeing sign.
Nice. I was thinking instead of Die Hard, it could just be Die.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Just
I feel like you guys
die
are missing,
easy.
You're missing the spirit of the game. Like it should be more something like, stop or my COVID will shoot. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in the title and then go from there. You guys are you're rogue. You're all over the fucking.
How about, or you could just go with a classic like The Mask. There's a whole lot to choose from.
It's a good one.
Weekend at Bernie's. I don't have to change the name.
Yeah.
Which is the sequel to Die.
Strangely morbid going on right about now.
Yeah.
We don't
and
go
also
in that room.
unbelievable. It would be completely unbelievable. Not the point that they resurrect the guy, but the point that they're like, wait, that many people are at the beach and people are okay with it? Like, this is not. By the way, do you know that in Weekend at Bernie's 2, there was like voodoo and resurrection? Do you guys know that was part of the plot?
I don't think a single one of us saw that movie, Steve.
I didn't either. Someone brought this up to me, and I was like, there's no way. It's the same way that, like, I'm obsessed with this kind of stuff. Like, in the last season of Felicity, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but they went back in time. In the show about dorm life at NYU, they were like, let's just also have magical powers. And so, like, I'm obsessed when they do that with TV or movies, when they just totally fuck with the plot. It's the best.
called jumping the shark, isn't it?
Yes,
it's more than jumping the shark. It's making the shark a magician. It's fucking ridiculous.
Very cool. So Rachel, we got any super chats coming in? We got anything we need to talk about before we get to a comment?
Yeah, we sure do. We had Debunster, so Dana starting us off with $40 tip to the show.
Ooh,
said Ben is either radioactive or he glows in the dark.
Can I say to you, Dana?
I just changed my camera. Is this any better?
It's a bit blurry.
That's way better.
Am I at the eye
You're
doctor?
still pasty as fuck, but that's better.
Yeah, hold on. Wait, Ben, hold on. Let's do it. Okay. Is this better? Or is that, how about this one now?
Number 1, number 2. Number 1, number 2.
Number 2.
I've not been outside in a very long time, okay? This is how it is now. I'm a pasty man. And I bought a cheap web camera and it's made things worse.
But your hair looks great.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I have been quarantined by myself for a long time. I would go to the eye doctor just for company. So, Rachel, what else we got?
Yeah, so we have some comments. Teely White said, "Holy hell, it's Phoebe. I love you." For Alyssa. We have Dun Talk donated to the show $10 on behalf of Teely White. He had a question. He said, "Thank you, Alyssa, for being so inspiring. What inspires you in life or to take an acting role?"
I mean, at this point, I don't know if anyone's ever going to act again. And we might have to act. This might be my gig now. Is dropping in on his comedy show.
Member of the quarantine, you guys, Alyssa Milano. But allow me to correct the record. People still will act. I promise you, my friend. Every episode, Steve and I act like we like Bauer's jokes.
Yeah. No, by the way, no, you don't. But okay.
I genuinely liked that one, frankly.
That was pretty good.
I've been acting like I'm wearing pants for 6 weeks, so we're all acting just at different capacities. That's really
so true. It's so true.
Like, look, I've been acting like I'm okay. I mean, look, we all act, you know.
Alyssa, since you know we are all here in quarantine, we're talking about your career. I think I have to ask you the question that's probably the most pressing, the most timely. Who is the boss?
It's an original question.
Oh,
doesn't do it.
Alyssa Milano owns comedian. Sorry, go ahead.
I've never been asked that before, so I gotta think about it. No, I mean, I think it was Mona.
I always thought that too. I always thought that Mona was the boss.
Right?
I feel very validated right now. I feel seen.
Was that her idiot test?
I'm glad I
No? Okay, got it.
My name is Chris Bowers, and my second wife's name was Angela, so I've been with an Angela
Come
Bowers
on.
most of my life. Yeah, that's a real thing that happened. So we talk about that all the time.
Angela.
It's horrible.
All right, Rachel, what else we got? We got to get to a comic. Rachel, what else we got in this?
Yeah, so we've got Chris Mayo, $10. He said, "Steve, I love your comedy, man, even though we don't totally agree on politics." And then he asked just how everybody's handling social distance.
By the way, what that means is that he and I supported different city councilmen in Nashua, New Hampshire. It was very... Everything else we agree on, but we don't totally agree. So
I feel like agreeing with Steve Hofstetter on everything political is probably a sign of the apocalypse. So
yeah, that's a horrible idea.
Well, I've always said I knew this was real when Fox News and CNN were saying the same stuff that first week. I'm like, oh, we're in trouble. When they agree, we're fucked. That's how we knew. So,
and then very quickly, Fox News was talking about the benefits of Lysol. So they didn't always agree.
It was only a week.
Very tasty. I don't know if you guys are getting the lemon kind.
Yeah, the lemon's the best. I got a bubblegum flavor this week. It's
really feel better. I've been huffing it.
I've been going on shrimp flavor, and so it's not as good.
Interesting.
Wait, if you are going to use Lysol, please use Lysol Jones, our friends at Lysol Jones. Our sponsor, Lysol Jones. It's from before.
And I think
you better hope she doesn't see that. That woman will kick your ass.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it gets her on the show. I'll just go back to Peaches.
Oh,
Okay,
that'd be
sorry.
good. That'd be good.
Yes. And also, I think I've made this point on the show before. Sorry, were you trying to say something, Bowers, after I began speaking? Please.
Just say your thing and I'll introduce a comic.
I was just going to say, who knew that the idiots that were eating Tide Pods 2 years ago were just geniuses ahead of their time building up immunity for coronavirus? It's brilliant.
Yeah. They've got detergent antibodies now. They're good to go.
Right. Our show, of course, also brought to you by Beachies. For 1 cent, you can get refreshing Beachies.
All right, Bowers, introduce the comic.
I thought it was a bucket of chicken.
If it was a bucket of chicken, it'd be in my house, Jen. All right, so I'm going to bring our first comic. He's an amazing comic. You're going to love him. You've seen him on Fox, Hulu, and heard him on Sirius XM Radio. They're the very funny Ken Garr. Everybody, Ken Garr.
Oh my God, I'm having so much fun. I don't even want to do stand-up. I'm having a great time. I'm here in Chicago, Illinois, where I've been quarantining for the last month. It's crazy, all the things that have changed in the last year. A year ago today, I was actually in Iraq entertaining our troops, everybody, and had an amazing experience. Anytime a comedian gets to do a USO tour, it's an absolute honor. But I didn't know if you guys know this, but they don't really tell you where you're going, right? They don't tell you. They're like, do you want to go entertain the troops? I was like, oh, I would love that. They're like, great. Like, pack a bag, grab your passport, then get on this plane. I was on that plane for like 14 hours. I was like, where are we going? Because we got bases all over. I'm thinking like, oh, we're going to Hawaii. We're going to Guam. We're going to the Philippines. I'm like, nope. I just landed in the middle of the desert. There's just a war everywhere. I had a flak jacket and a helmet and like 14 dick jokes. That's it. And I get in the tent. There's a map of Iraq on the walls. Like, I raise my hand like a student. I'm like, where are we? He goes, we're 50 miles from this Syrian border. I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. This is a nightmare. And then I heard the loudest explosion I've ever heard. I go, what is that? He goes, don't worry. He goes, we're just firing artillery at ISIS. And then I'm not even kidding you. I go, my cell phone started ringing because apparently Sprint only works in the middle of Iraq. I was like, really? Oh, still clear calls. I'm streaming Netflix. I answer the phone. My brother is calling me in the middle of an artillery shelling 50 miles from the Syrian border. Now, you guys have to understand, my brother's 3.5 years older than me, and he's a bully my whole life. So I was like, you know what? I'm finally going to impress my brother. I pick up the phone. He's like, hey, dork. He's like, where are you at? I go, you're going to believe this shit. I go, I'm 50 miles from the Syrian border. I go, we're firing artillery at ISIS. I go, what do you think about that? And he goes, hey, if you get captured by ISIS and they put you in a little cage, don't cry like a little bitch. I was like, what? Like, of all the times you can cry like a little bitch, that's the time. Do you know the number of tragic events that have to happen to me for me to be captured by ISIS? My plane gets shot down. There's a huge gunfight. I have no gun, right? I give up immediately. And then they put me in a cage and I'm just like, well, I can't cry like a little bitch, right? And then like after a week, right, of like just sitting in a cage, ISIS is like, he is very brave. I mean, he has not cried one time. Would you like to be in ISIS? I'm like, no, we will kill you. Like, all right, I'll be in ISIS. And all my buddies from high school, like, did you hear Garr's in ISIS? Like, the guy from Drama Club, that guy's in ISIS? That's weird. So then I leave, and then they send me to Djibouti, Africa. Like, I've never been to Djibouti, Africa. If you've ever been there, I got off the plane in Djibouti, Africa, and the current temperature was Djibouti, Africa. All right, it was, and the humidity, 1,000%. It was 1,000% humidity. And I get off the plane and I asked my tour guide, I was like, tell me about Djibouti. I go, what do I got to know? He goes, Ken, everything's fine. You're perfectly safe. He goes, just look out for the mosquitoes because some of them have malaria. I was like, what? I go, what are the symptoms of malaria? He goes, you're going to sweat profusely and shit your brains out. I go, well, I have malaria already. I got it at a Taco Bell in Qatar. Okay. We're good. We're done. So I left there and I came home to take care of my folks. My actually right before the quarantine, my father had knee replacement surgery. He's in his 70s. I stayed with my parents for 2 weeks, and that is too long to stay with people in their 70s because you start learning shit about them you don't want to know. One day, I'm using my dad's bathroom. I opened up his drawer, and I discovered his Viagra. Do you know how embarrassing it is? Stealing your father's Viagra. God. Embarrassing. Oh. So I stayed with them. I stayed with them for 2 weeks. My parents have been married for 55 years. They're absolutely amazing. I'm actually getting married in August. How about a round of applause for me? Super excited. August 1st in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, or possibly my backyard. We're not sure yet. We'll figure it out. People are criticizing me for getting married in August in Las Vegas. They're like, have you been to Vegas in August? I go, yeah. I was in Vegas in August one time. I called my dad. I go, Dad, I'm in Vegas. It's 115 degrees. He goes, yeah, but it's a dry heat. I go, well, then tell that to my balls because there's a waterfall going on down here. All right. Head to the Costco. Let's get some baby powder. Let's work on it. I just want to get back to normal, man. I haven't been to a restaurant in like 2 months, and I can't wait to get back. I actually, right before the whole thing happened, I had dinner with my friend Becky, and she's a good friend of mine. We're like best friends, and she's very quiet during dinner. So I was like, why are you so quiet? And she goes, this is really embarrassing. She goes, but after dinner, will you go with me to Walgreens? I got to buy a Plan B pill. I was like, oh, shit. She goes, yeah. She goes, I had irresponsible sex last night. I just want to make sure that everything's okay. I'm like, yes, I'll go with you. I'm a good friend. I learned a lot that day about Plan B. Did you guys know there's 2 types of Plan B? There's Plan B, and there's a generic brand called Option 2. Right? Like $10 cheaper. And she's like, I think I'm going to go with Option 2. And I was like, this might be a name brand situation. All right? Spend the money. Okay. And then I realized, like, I'm not the father. We're not having sex. So I'm going to embarrass the shit out of my friend. I started to walk about 5 feet behind her down the aisle going, why can't we keep it? Love you. We got to the cashier. The cashier's like, do you want a bag for 10 cents? I was like, I want my son. His name is Matthew. She got so mad. She goes, stop it. She goes, you're not even the father. I was like, ooh, you're cheating. Anyways, that's my time. My name's Ken Garr. Follow me on Instagram. Ken Garr.
Ken Garr, everybody. Woo! Nice
Garr.
work, Ken Garr.
Of course, the tip jar is open as always. You could tip top right corner of the screen at the Venmo, or you could super chat on YouTube, or of course you could PayPal live from home. By the way, Ken, when you landed in the middle of the desert with explosions and fear, are you sure that wasn't Vegas in August?
Yeah, very good point.
That was a robot laugh.
Wow.
Yeah, that was. I think Rachel's tech is dying.
Yeah.
I think mine.
That wasn't
Yeah,
yours?
it is,
All right.
Actually.
I think Rachel's running out of minutes on her phone. What's going on?
Hey, we did have another special guest show up. I think we'll kind of save some Venmos and stuff till we get to after the special guest. But we do have our special hot tub correspondent is here from his hot tub in the valley. Jamie Kennedy, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Kennedy, how's it going, buddy? Hey, Jamie Kennedy from the hot tub.
Beautiful day to bone, everyone. Hope you're bone on.
Still with the bone, bro.
Fill in, Alyssa, on that, by the way, real quick.
Is that bone broth?
That is bone broth.
Got it.
Added a little specialness to it. Ben, ever try the old coconut oil with the bone? You know what I'm saying? Coconut bone.
Jamie, I do not know what you're saying, and I don't think anybody does. I think
All right,
that's a
keep
big
it clean,
problem.
guys. My 5-year-old is in here. Yes, honey.
Yes,
Yeah.
oh, 5-year-old with us.
Family show.
Oh, man.
Yes.
This is an all ages show again. This is a D-Ray show at 4 o'clock on Sunday. What are we doing here, guys?
Just a heads up, Jamie just got burned, and Jamie, when you do get burned, make sure to use Jamie Kennedy's burn broth, everybody. Jamie Kennedy's burn broth, now in ointment form.
Let's say hello quickly to Alyssa Milano's daughter. What is your daughter's name, Alyssa?
Bella.
Hello,
Hey,
Bella.
Hi, Bella.
Is that Alyssa?
It is.
Alyssa, what are you doing? You doing 5 now?
What do you mean?
5
minutes
minutes comedy.
Oh no, I'm just here to laugh.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm hanging in there.
Well, her goal is to laugh, so it's not been going well because she's here. So,
Alyssa, wait. This is a good callback. You're never going to remember this, but I used to work for a company called Audiences Unlimited, and I
remember that they used to fill studio audiences for shows.
And my first job, my first studio ever, was a little show called Who's the Boss?
Wow.
And if you back this up on this story, Tony would come out, the ladies would go absolutely bananas. And then he would turn around and squeeze his ass cheeks. You remember that?
He would squeeze his own ass cheeks?
No, he would show them like in his jeans, and women were like, "Wah!"
Really?
He was so fit. Maybe that was just a special episode of Sweep Sweep. I'm sorry.
That was a very episode. Hold on 1 second, because my daughter keeps asking me when I'm gonna do her nails. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Thank our sponsors, Maybelline.
Wow.
When can a 5-year-old get a mani-pedi up in this bitch?
Mom, we got a schedule to keep. Let's go.
Please.
You guys up.
Amy,
You guys
how many hours do you spend, would you say, per day in the hot tub? Is it 2 to 5, 5 to 7, or 7 to 12?
Put it this way, so much so that I can't even get Ken Garr's girlfriend pregnant.
It's a good thing.
Anyone?
I think Ken's happy about that. If you did, he would lose all the butterfly artwork. So
I am.
My daughter is now running out of here. I'm not kidding.
Oh, I hope that was on mute.
Smart move.
Running.
Wow, you guys really stepped up your game. Alyssa, last week I promised these guys Ron Jeremy, and clearly they've over-delivered this week.
Yeah. Hey, Ken.
Yes, ma'am.
You and I have something in common besides our hairdo.
We've both been in your house.
Ow.
It wasn't your house.
What do you buy?
Because I went to the podcast with Gleib when he was the first time. That's
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So no, I literally have been in your house.
joke.
That was super creepy.
I should have offered some context. My bad.
We've both been in your house. It was like, really, the way you said it was tough too.
There's some butterflies in your attic.
You are not creeped out enough to ask your question still, Alyssa. Please, the floor is yours.
All right, what?
I went on a USO tour too in 2004 with General Franks, and it was like 2 months after the war was declared over, and we were landing in Baghdad, and they were throwing like helmets at us and bulletproof vests, and I was like freaking out, and I have anxiety disorder, so I was fully having a panic attack. And I looked at General Franks, Tommy Franks, and I was like, I gotta tell you, I'm freaking out a little bit. And he looked at me, and I swear to God, he goes, "Little darling, I guarantee you we've got more bullets than they have assholes."
That was, of course, in the early Bush administration. That was our official policy: was shoot him in the asshole. You guys.
That was the original.
The reason we lost Vietnam is we had a 1-to-1 bullet to asshole ratio, and so we had to learn from our mistakes. We had to count assholes ahead of time and just make more bullets because of it.
I've seen quite a few Vietnamese assholes. Those are a hard target to hit.
Here's the thing: if you only have 1-to-1, you really have to hit your mark. You can't know otherwise. Leave no asshole unbulleted. That's what I've always said.
I wish I had a couple assholes in this tub with me. Jeez. Jesus, guys, this took a turn. I hope Alyssa's daughter left the room again.
Look, our country used to have inspiring political phrases. If I can clear out somehow the miniature bowling pins and little ducks and vintage football players from my plate, it was stuff like "Give me liberty" or "Give me death," and now it's "Shoot him right in the asshole."
Wait,
it was actually it's evolved into "Give me liberty" or "Shoot me in the asshole." It was just they shortened it to death. That's what would happen. So it's just shorter for the plate.
Are we sure?
Wait, I have a.
Don't tread on me, anus.
I had a USO. I had a USO. Alyssa, when you were over there, I had something over there. I did a tour and had something called the Hoo-ah bar. Anybody ever had one of those?
No.
What is that?
No, it's a meal. It's an MRE, meal ready eat, and it's basically a bar that you eat. So when you're in battle, you don't have to go to the toilet. And it's
oh my God.
I know. So it's kind of like a pot brownie. So you take a little bite, that's all you need. But of course, I'm like, this didn't stuff me up. This didn't fill me up. 3 MREs later. Okay. It's called a Hoo-ah bar. Okay. Yeah. I went to Baghdad. I went to Afghanistan. I went back to Baghdad. About 9 days later, I'm on a small military plane in the back. Okay. Squatting.
Oh no.
It's a better joke when there's a roof. When there's a roof. But...
Why is the water turning brown, Jamie?
A prop comic also.
And back me up on that the meal ready eat, please. Back me up.
Yeah. By the way, I will say, I know you guys have all done abroad stuff for the USO. I've also done a lot of stuff for the USO. Like, I hosted their car show in Ontario, California. Just as scary, by the way. I don't know if you've ever heard of a car show in Ontario, California, but full body armor, same kind of thing, just for protection. And unfortunately, they had more bullets than we had assholes, so I was a little scared.
I've never done a USO tour. I've never done a USO tour, but I did get this shirt at Old Navy.
I've entertained the troops many times, and I always volunteer. I've been wanting to go forever. Unlike Ken, I want to go to Iraq or Afghanistan so badly just for the experience and support troops in the most scary theater of war. And I keep getting these cushy assignments when I'm entertaining the troops to go to, like, they've sent me to 29 Palms and Hawaii. I had to go do a show. And it was tough.
Well, Ben,
somebody shoot him in the asshole.
Ben,
somebody shoot him in the asshole.
It's probably because you have flat feet, Ben.
Bone spurs. I've got bone spurs.
The bone spurs. You can't go.
Unfortunately for me, I was turned down for a USO tour, and I was also turned down for the regular army. They don't want me at all. Any of that shit.
They're like, we don't have enough MREs.
Right? Serve hot dogs
was also
Mets,
turned down for a cholesterol level less than 270.
Yeah.
No, it's the best thing to do, though. They're so happy to see you. It's the greatest thing. I got off the plane.
It's amazing.
And people are just like, we fucking love you, bro. Fucking Dustin Diamond canceled. Fuck that asshole. Did it.
Oh, God,
Buffalo Bills cheerleaders, screw those bitches. They freaked out.
Yeah, I did a base in Alabama, which is really good because they were protecting our borders from Mississippi. So I really do appreciate what they do.
By the way,
let's catch up on some chats.
I'll go for it.
Okay.
Right.
How's my sound? Any better?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we have some tips for Ken coming in. We have Dave Adler tipped Ken $5 for some anti-malaria meds on Ken's next trip.
Thank you, David.
We have Heather Scott, $20. Ken, hilarious set.
Thank
we have Dana, $10. Hysterical Ken, thanks. And then she followed up with another $10 and said, just because we've both been in your house, comment. Split that with me.
Now you can use some of it to beef up your security system.
Butterfly
We
removal.
have Dun Talk, $5 for Ken. Ben Garver, $5 for Ken. Zara in our live audience, $15. Awesome set, Ken. Always grateful for Djibouti jokes that doesn't revolve around ass as the punchline.
Thank you.
I agree with your brother about.
We've actually, by the way, we've got more bullets than they've got Djiboutis. So that's.
Oh,
We
That
have.
gets you in the dick hole.
It's harder to hit a dick hole.
Well, I feel like I
Smaller.
could do
Depends.
It's no bigger than a womp rat. Anyway.
Yeah. Nicely done.
We have Jessica, $25. Ken, that was so funny. Thank you. Razor, $5 for Ken. Here's a G-rated joke to tell. It says for Ben, but here's a G-rated joke to tell Bella. What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A stick.
Yeah, okay.
I like that joke. The boomerang, it doesn't come back. You just throw it's a stick. Why am I explaining it?
You know what a camel wears to war? Camouflage. Anyway, go ahead, Ray.
oh.
Oh my god.
What do you get when you cross?
No,
the-
no, 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 no. We are not doing this. We are not doing this.
That's some Bella content.
That was
I'll just go.
awesome.
I'll just
What do
go
you get
back in my
down?
blog.
What do you get when you cross an elephant with a rhinoceros?
Guys, we have Jamie Kennedy and Alyssa Milano on the same show, and y'all are going to read kids' books? What is wrong with you?
This is why comedy never really took off as an
We're
art.
caught up, so.
Thanks, Queen Rachel, and thanks to everybody that tipped. I got a wedding to pay for. Thank you.
Yeah. Or you don't. You don't know yet. We'll find
we'll
out.
see. Yeah.
I have a quick one.
You may
for
just have
you,
a picnic to pay for.
Yeah.
for you here. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
No.
It's Ken Garr. Sorry to show up randomly, Alyssa. I just thought we could hang out for a while.
Sorry, not sorry.
That book, that joke book that's filled with jokes like that is brought to you by Jamie Kennedy's Burn Broth, everybody.
Yes.
Now in ointment form.
Alyssa, what is the thing that you found yourself doing during quarantine that you didn't expect? Are you showering the same amount? Are you eating junk food? What has changed for you?
You know, wait. Before she answers, we can just ask Ken.
Ken, what's changed for Alyssa?
Wow.
since quarantine?
I've been eating Cheez-Its like 3 nights a week for dinner. I've also been doing a gummy every single day.
Just
Wait,
one.
Bowers is listening to you right now, and Bowers is going, yeah, and then what changed for quarantine?
Right? And I haven't shaved under my armpit in
Show us, please.
Video or no proof. Video or it didn't happen.
Oh
Oh
boy.
my God, there we go.
Oh, that was genius. You just gained 1 million cool points.
Quarantine Alyssa is fun, let me tell you.
Just answered the
Alyssa's
age-old. We just answered the age-old question. Apparently, Alyssa Milano is the boss. Holy fuck!
And maybe instead
I'm
of
a
doing the
lesbian
nail-
and I don't have that much hair under my arm. Eating me by inches, ma'am.
perhaps instead of doing your nails, your daughter could braid your armpit hair. Have you thought about that?
And I just don't give a shit because, like, I look at my husband, I'm like, what are you gonna do?
Right? You gonna go outside? No, you're
What are
not.
you gonna do? You gonna go find someone else? What are you gonna do?
Hit him with
Boss
that
fucking
ball.
move. That is a boss move.
I love it. I don't
Wow.
love it, but
It's 1976 at Alyssa Milano's house.
And
Really is.
1776 and 1676.
Are you also doing bonfires to keep warm by burning your bras in the backyard?
Yes, exactly.
Nice. Who's eating a bunch of, oh, there we go, Bowers.
I have another.
I was going to
have-
say,
love them.
I just want to say I'm happy that I have something in common with Alyssa Milano. If you ever want to hang out, and eat Cheez-Its or whatever, like, you know, we can do that. I can send you a Zoom link
Thank
for
you.
Alyssa Milano's first and last pop in here at the Social Distancing Club.
Jamie, that's the longest I've not been creepy in my whole life. I can almost 50 minutes.
I've been deep in the heart of Indiana with you. I agree.
My best quarantine treat, I think I might have mentioned it before, but my lovely girlfriend cooked fresh baked cookies with Sour Patch Kids in them, and it was heavenly.
Oh, wow.
Like weed Sour Patch or just regular?
Sorry to disappoint you, Alyssa. Just regular Sour Patch Kids. But I did get very high on the episode where we got Steve high for the first time in his life to raise money for out-of-work comedians, and he got very big. I then did a live video.
Wait, Bowers.
That's not me.
I assume that was your Cheez-Its. Oh, no.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That is Dina and her audience and her Cheez-Its.
No. She's on mute. She's on mute.
That's Ken Garr opening a second option.
Option 2.
Second choice. I love it.
My point is, I got very stoned, and I all of a sudden thought that it would be tasty. I had on my counter double stuffed Oreos, and I had Cholula hot sauce, and I thought, I am combining them. And a funny video, and to my surprise and delight, it was incredible. It was spicy Oreos. You have to try it.
Oh,
wow.
That was
Thank
funny.
you.
You're out.
I have a question, Alyssa. Clearly, you're a connoisseur of gummies and whatnot. So I had never gotten high before. So it was my first time on the show.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Okay.
You're hearing it correctly.
I'm a 40-year-old man. I had never gotten high at all. I had never, I just had never smoked up, never done any of that stuff. And we did a telethon. We did a telethon to get me high for the first time. And Doug Benson had me take 5 bong rips, which is usually what a first-timer should do.
Gosh.
Yeah. Good Lord.
Oh my god.
See your eyes right now? Mine too.
Oh my god.
Not a friend.
Are you okay?
You could have blindfolded him with dental floss. He was so
He was not exactly okay, but just, your real personality often comes out when you're inebriated. That's why I think it's funny when people use excuses to be stoned or drunk for their behavior, because really it's just more of you. And Steve is such a good businessman that he was stoned and he was on air being like, oh my God, there's so many emails I have to reply to. So many emails.
Is that businessman or just neurotic?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
This is how I felt inside. I felt.
Steve.
Did you have to remind yourself to breathe? Because I can't smoke weed because I get way too high. But for me, a gummy is good. But I feel like my chest gets so heavy that I have to remind myself to breathe.
After the show, I actually texted.
I feel like that when I run.
Yeah. That's a lie. He doesn't run.
Well, it's been 8 years, but yeah, when I used to run.
You started yet, Bowers, that 12-step program?
I'm on step 6. I get to my kitchen and back.
Steve, as a 40-year-old man who just tried weed, I'm just wondering if you have hair down there yet.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same size as this. Actually, I shaved this to match it.
Drapes and curtains.
What did you, Steve?
What?
What did you think of the experience and all of it?
So I was very, very high for a long time after. And I thought, this will last a couple hours. And I texted a friend of mine, and she was like, how are you doing? And I was like, it's not going well, but it'll be over in a couple hours. And she said, this could last a lot longer than that if you smoke that much. And I texted her in all capital letters very angrily, don't you steal my hope. So that's how it went. But
I've been trying to convince him that And look, we needed for the telethon to pay off people's generous donations, raising over, I think, $7,500 for out of work comedians, that we had to actually get them high. But like my first time I got high, you get way too high because it clicks in and it's all new. I think you have to try it just one more time to see what a normal 2-hit chill high is like.
My favorite moment from it, actually. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Alyssa.
Just a gummy. Half a gummy, you'll be good.
Well, I will say my favorite moment from the show, because everything to me, time slowed down, and I felt every emotion I felt like way more intense. And so there was a moment, because I watched the show back to try to reconstruct what time actually did. And that's the good thing about getting high on air, that I had the evidence of what was actually going on. And there was a moment in it where like there's a very brief pause after a joke, and I just stop and I go, guys, I don't know what's been going on with the show, but I feel like y'all haven't gotten laughs in a very long time. And like I just
you had a perfect assessment of what a show normally like. That didn't seem high at all.
Yeah.
Dude, you need a starter kit. You went top 3. I mean, I've smoked with Snoop, I've smoked with B Real, I've never smoked with Dog, but I would say he would be top 3. So that's you went right off the deep end.
Right? You went big and went home.
Yeah, he went and bone deep.
All I wanted to do afterward was like I was a little sleepy, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a quick nap, and then I'll feel a little better when I wake up. And my dog, who's like the sweetest, chillest guy, like he's been asleep under the desk this whole time. And so I went to bed, and I'd like close my eyes, and I was drifting off. And he came in, and I guess he wanted to walk or whatever, and he was like licking my face to try to get me up. And I turned to him, and very emphatically, I just go, "Now is not the time!" Like as if.
Wow.
All right, here's my question. Jamie,
for sure.
Yeah. Jamie, can you hang out for a little bit? Or you got something?
Dude, this is the longest hang ever. I love it. I'm still definitely gonna hang out. I just want to tell everybody, can I do a quick plug? 2 plugs. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on NBC with a lot of different people. It's called Feeding America, NBC, from 7 to 10 East Coast time. I guess a rerun, whatever. And Cedric the Entertainer, Adam Sandler, Eddie Murphy, Byron Allen's putting it all together, Howie, Sarah Silverman.
Man, how did you get into that lineup?
He's doing that audience thing again.
Which of these people are you having sex with?
Oh, fuck!
Let's burn the show. Let's burn the show for sure. Give Kenny some of that burn ointment, dude. Holy shit, that was good.
Who's bone broth? Who's getting bone broth? I want to know.
I was Ken Garr with the burn of the show. Jamie Kennedy with Jamie Kennedy's burn broth.
Goodbye,
that whole thing was set
everybody.
up. Ad for Jamie Kennedy's burn broth. Everybody, when you get burned, please remember Jamie Kennedy's burn broth now in ointment.
Guys, also.
That's just a touche right there to Ken Garr. That's a touche.
That means a lot. Thank you, Jamie.
That was pretty
wait, and then I got also booked, Jen. I don't think you can realize this, but you're dealing with the player. I also got my second booking at the Nowhere Comedy Club. That is right.
Now that I believe. That I believe. Where Comedy Club is exactly where you fucking belong.
I hope Chipotle's app breaks for your next one. All right.
We have a new contender for burn of the show. Wow.
I hope Postmates has an outbreak. That's all.
Once again,
she's not wrong. They're not wrong.
Our game today is Quarantine a Movie, and also I have, if you want to play along, super chat us, and also I have good news and bad news. I looked all around my office, and I don't have any Oreos left, but in honor of the conversation, I do have Reese's peanut butter cups and a little hot sauce. Shall I?
Oh.
Do it, brother.
Never tried this combo before.
Oh,
no?
God.
Oh, God.
That
All right, eat this, and I'm introducing the comic.
We didn't even do this as a fundraiser. He's just doing this.
He's really trying to get his tone to change.
Maybe Ben's still.
Hey guys, this one is really not as good. Not even close. Oh no. Oh, no.
By the way,
You're suddenly really pale.
before we introduce Jen's set, when I was in college, we tried to do like one of those mashup things. We figured out. So I don't know if you guys knew Meisterbrau. It was kind of a regional, really shitty beer.
Yep.
And so we realized that Jägermeister and Meisterbrau shared a word in common, and so we decided to have Jägermeisterbrau. And we did basically a flaming Dr. Pepper with Meisterbrau as the beer. And I gotta say, it was surprisingly good. What could have conceivably killed us, the Meisterbrau watered down the Jaeger enough, and the Jaeger gave the Meisterbrau a taste. And so I highly recommend it if anybody ever wants to risk killing themselves.
And then after that, Steve didn't drink for 15 years. So
yeah, I've been sober for 16 years, if that's a good testament to how that went.
Ow.
And I also recommend flushing down your Cholula-covered Reese's peanut butter cups with Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah.
Is there weed in it?
Is there weed in that?
Guys, I'm going to need you to ship me some edibles, please. I have no edibles.
Well, you can go to a dispensary. They've figured that shit out like week 1. They're all in hazmat suits.
Yeah, they all deliver too.
I've been taking quarantine like super serious, so I'm not going literally anywhere. In the last 2.5 months, I've only gone, or 2 months, to the post office once, to the market once, and to the vet once. I've not interacted with any other humans at all.
Must be nice, man. Must be nice.
It is.
Yeah, he had to go to the post office to mail a gag gift. That was what was important.
Wait,
you still have the tortilla blanket, Rachel?
I do, just not. I don't bring it with me everywhere, so sorry.
Yeah.
Must be on top of her stove.
He also sent me this.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, where Steve looks like a Muppet. All right, I'm going to introduce the next comic. How about that? How about I introduce the next comic, and then we'll keep going from here. We're having a fun show. Next comic coming up is one of our returning champions. She's one of my favorite people on the planet. She actually has a great show herself at jencover.com called Stories for My Dog. It's every Tuesday. I'm a guest May 19th, so that'll be cool. Give her the very funny Jen Cover, everybody. Jen Cover!
Hello, friends. I am on day 58. Quarantine. I'm not by myself. I am here with my dog, who does not think I'm funny and snores through most of the day. I've taken to talking to the dog, and then of course I'm watching a lot of television. And I got to the end of Netflix, and so I started Disney Plus. I'm watching so many Disney movies and talking to my dog. And last night, I was pretty convinced she was going to start talking back. I looked deep into her eyes. I wished there was a full moon in Scorpio. Like, I really had some shit going for me. And I thought she was going to speak. And it was very disheartening. I haven't been going places much like Ben. I did take one trip to the grocery store. I got in an Uber. A fellow, I had on my mask and my gloves. He had on a mask and gloves. He jumps out of the car. He lets me in to the car, right? Like stays back, but lets me in. And then when we get into the Uber, he starts spraying Lysol everywhere. So I just took my mask down and started breathing it in, because that's good for you. I just started taking it in and breathing heavy. Then I asked him, how he was doing through all of this craziness. And he says, "Oh, I am not doing good." He's such a great answer. I'm like, well, I've been by myself. So I really want to talk to you. What have you been? He goes, "I have not been by myself. I have been with entire family. I have 4 kids. When you have 4 kids, you have to figure 2 of them are gonna be fucking losers. So all 4 kids are home, the 2 losers and the 2 ones that are okay. Now I have to stay gone half the time just to feel sane. Oh my God, I'm so adding you on Twitter. He got me to the grocery store. I stood in line as we all should, like the cattle we are. I finally got in, and I really only wanted one thing. I've been craving things that from my childhood make me feel good. So I wanted a Twinkie. And but then I'm like, am I really a grown human at the grocery store during a pandemic for a fucking Twinkie? So I was Googling, like, is this even something I should put into my body? I mean, I'm staying away from others so as not to die. Will this help or not? So I Googled Twinkies, y'all, because I thought maybe even I could just get the ingredients and make one by myself at home that's like a little bit better for you. So I'm reading for the recipe for Twinkies. Do you know that Twinkies are not even baked? They're not. That's a chemical reaction. Oh, there is something you can add to something else, and poof, it's a fucking Twinkie. Kidding me? Fuck meth, Jethro. Let's start filling up the bathtub and making some ding-dongs, bitch. And I never knew how they got the cream filling inside of a Twinkie. I never knew. And then my little skinny bitch neighbor was like, it's those, if you flip it upside down, there's 3 holes. There's 3 holes, and that's where the cream goes. I'm like, she's like, you've never seen the 3 holes? I'm like, no, bitch, I'm not looking at it. I'm eating it. That's why you're such a skinny cunt, because you're saying food, put it in your fucking mouth. I don't do well in stressful situations. I did get a call though that was very hopeful to me, because once my gigs have all been canceled through August now, so I'm just sitting here, waiting. And I got a call from an organization in Iowa asking me if I wanted to do a show. Yeah, right, like in the hot spot for marriage equality, which I thought was odd, but I looked it up, y'all. Iowa was one of the first states to pass gay marriage in the United States. Before California, there was Iowa, for fucking real. So I'm reading about it in case the gig happens. I want to have like some kind of fun current event knowledge about it. And when I'm reading about it, it said that they did a survey a year after they made it legal to have same-sex marriages in Iowa. And they asked married couples, did gay people being allowed to get married affect your life at all? And 92% of them said no, that it had no effect on them, which I think is so amazing for people to realize that love is just love. But then all I could think about was the 8%. Like, who are the people that were, and I feel like there's like some little couple in Iowa, like, Earl, we had to go to a family reunion with our son and his wife, Donald, who was wearing a pink halter top. You put down that it fucking affected us. It affected us. Down. I have a show on Tuesday. May, is that May? Are we in May? Tuesday, May 19th. Tune in, laugh. It's called Stories from My Dog. You can find out all about it at jenkober.com.
For everybody, Jen Kober, of course, as always, the tip jar is open if you want to tip. Finally, our Facebook stream was down for a while, but we figured it out. So the tip jar is open. If you want to tip, you can do so. Top right of the screen, laughfromhome.com. Or you could PayPal at laughfromhome.com, or you could super chat. We're so glad that Alyssa's daughter was not in the room for that set. That was
Alyssa left. She was like, I got
no, she came back.
Walked Alyssa.
She left for a second. Did you just walk Alyssa Milano? That's fantastic. But seriously, that was absolutely hilarious stuff. I love the idea that like someone's life was affected. I'm hoping that the 8% of people was like, yeah, actually our flower business started doing real well once we gay weddings.
We run the only butt plug store in town, so you put down yes.
Yeah. Life was very affected. I bought this boat.
We put new siding on the trailer.
Yeah.
New tires in the living room.
Rachel, what do we get? We got some chats coming in. What do we got?
Yeah, we do. So we've got Duntalk tipped $5 for Jen. We've got Heather Scott tipped $30, said, welcome back, Jen. You're the best.
Thank you.
We have Jessica, $25. Awesome, Jen. We've got Dave Adler, $5. Jen, great set. I would be happy to share my Twinkie cappuccino with you, but here's some easy money.
That sounds like heaven. That sounds like heaven. Dear God.
Dave beats the hell out of Ben when it comes to props. I'm sorry, because his are just weird.
I don't think I've ever felt so seen by a man in my life.
Yeah. He's literally your sugar daddy.
Let's do this.
We have another tip came in from Z Bunster. Jen, $10. You seem peeved. She's like, I love it. And I just want to, for Ben, because I'm inclusive, I've got this too. So I'm just going to do a chocolate caramel.
Oh my God.
One sister. Boom. How is it?
Oh, it's so disgusting.
Yeah.
Views are in about the Social Distancing Social Club. Oh, it's so disgusting.
This should be like a channel, like watching skinny girls eat food that they don't like.
I did a live stream while I was in Australia where like with Dan Muggleton, where he guided me through a favorites box, which I don't know if you know what that is, but a favorites box is basically Cadbury being like, this is all the chocolate that doesn't sell, so we're just going to put this in one box and mark it for the holidays. And so, and what we did, we laid them all out, and with Super Chat, people voted on which one I had to eat. They were all disgusting, all gross, and it actually did make for a very entertaining show, so maybe we should do an episode of that at some point.
There's something, I used to do an improv show, which are just notoriously not fucking good. And whoever wasn't funny, we would make them drink a concoction that we called Dave's concoction, that this kid fucking Dave would just take whatever was behind the bar, buttermilk, beef jerky, put it all just like into a blender and just blend it up, and you had to drink it. And watching someone drink something that you know is fucking disgusting, and then like it's just fantastic. It's just good TV.
I love that because they weren't funny. If you're not funny, you have to drink terrible shit. I mean, I'd have to drink a lot of terrible shit.
Yeah,
I think it'd be funny. It'd be fun for the show.
It was like what's that, like Gladiator style comedy? Like if you weren't funny, there was a punishment for it.
I really like the idea of the show. I think it was called Two Girls, One Concoction. So that's
that sounds like what I read in Bauer's Rider when he opened up for me in the Laughing Skull.
Yeah, where did Jamie just go?
No, I didn't, Jen. He's being nice. I was a Virginia Beach funny bone. I've never played the Laughing Skull.
God damn it.
Or the USO, or been in the Army. You know, all those things.
What do we got? What do we got, Rach? Did we catch up?
No, we've got some more. We've got Ellen Shaw tipped Jen $20 for the Twinkie chemical stockpile.
Thank you.
And then
Nice.
We had a Venmo come in. Let me see who that was from. Ben Jackson, $25. Jen, for not putting hot sauce on delicious things.
It will never happen. I have a very sensitive tummy. You wouldn't think it, but I can't do hot sauce on anything. That's
with that accent.
Reflux. I'm not doing that.
You're literally dressed like hot sauce.
Yes. think about it. I want you to think I can take it all, but really I'm a delicate little flower. But I present as hot sauce. Yes.
Hot sauce was actually her nickname in the Army. So
Old Navy, Old Navy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse the Army and the Navy. I know that people are sensitive about that.
We have a couple generals just to catch up on, and then we're good to go to the game. So we've got Ellen Shaw, $5. Alyssa, I was 100% a tomboy in the 80s, and I adored you as Sam. So cool to have you hanging out here.
Oh, yay. Thank you. Thank you.
We have Jeremy Day, $5. He said, "Doctor, these pills seem to do little to alleviate." Oh, that's the game.
That's the game.
Yeah. Duntalk, $2. Steve, don't lie. The body armor was just sunblock.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, my pigment is normally somewhere between Alyssa's shirt and Ben's face.
Mm-hmm.
So it's somewhere between the two.
Adjusting still the lighting all episode. Am I better now?
Yeah.
You're still talking about it.
Wait, Taylor, shut his camera. We'll see. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to start that war.
I want to see.
Not a war I want to fight.
See Steve on a split screen with Beaker.
Wig on? With the wig on? Put the wig on, Steve. It only works with the wig on.
But now with the wig, you look like Kermit when Kermit put on the wig in Fake Manhattan when he was like Gil. Remember when he went in as the agent? Like,
are you at this point? Are you just like, wait, no, that's not Muppet canon. You have to get the right episode of the.
It's happening. It's happening. When I get to the end of the Muppets, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Jen, you mentioned that you got to the end of Netflix. What happens?
They live.
Well, the last 80 episodes
they
are
shoot
idiot
the lawyer
test,
and
so.
they live.
Sorry to step on your joke, Jen. I had to.
No, it's okay.
Love it.
Oh man.
Bruce Willis is alive the whole time. Or is dead.
We've got Shoshana, $15. Thank you for the laughs. Bert Humberg's just a Hofstetter fan, $20. And then Dave Adler tipped like $5-10 in our live audience and has a question.
All right.
Yeah.
Am I muted or no?
Nope.
No.
You're good.
Good.
Okay. So I just wanted to
All the
say,
porn.
yeah, got it. You name it. I got some great Starburst and this. But anyway,
Wait a minute.
so
Do you have a sister?
No, this is just what Dave does. This is just what Dave does. He's one of our regular audience members, and he just has a whole bunch of shit in his house. It's the best.
Yep. But so I actually
No, you don't have a sister.
My sister. I do have a sister, but not here.
Cute?
Married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That really never
so.
stopped me before.
No, yeah, I'll keep you in mind when she's divorced.
Thank you. I was going to say, when she spent enough time with her husband in this quarantine, she'll be ready. She'll be ready.
Exactly. But so my
That's not going to
was,
stop. Go ahead.
Sorry, but my comment, and I'm kicking myself because I think I lent it to a friend of mine, so I don't actually have it now. But my favorite line in a movie was actually one of Alyssa's, and it's a movie that most people haven't seen. It's basically her saying
All of my movies.
What's the movie?
Always.
so she.
Hey,
she
wait!
wants
When
to
you
go-
just said that, Jamie was like, "Oh, then I was in it too."
Always a great way to start a compliment there.
Kennedy is at the Nowhere Comedy Club. It's the Nowhere Comedy Club.
I make fun of you guys because I'm jealous. I'm in nothing. Go ahead.
It's not even
Dave,
at
are
the
you
end of
nagging
Netflix.
Well,
Are you nagging Alyssa Milano?
Come
Anyway.
on, guys. In fairness to Jamie Kennedy, you know him from Scream. He does when he sees the scripts that come in.
Guys, I got to get out of the hot tub. My nickname's going to be Option 2. I mean, I want to have kids someday.
You guys, I want you to meet my guinea pig, Jamie Kennedy's beard.
What the
That's
fuck?
hilarious.
Oh my god.
Those are so dirty.
All right.
Dave, what's your question? What movie?
By the way,
Question for Alyssa.
Yeah. So the comment about going to get the Italians. So I don't know if she remembers what movie that was in, but it is Speed Zone. That movie.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Anything before like Charmed or kind of like the Lost Years.
Oh, wait a minute, Alyssa.
She was a kid.
Alyssa, you don't remember a young audience seater in the late 80s?
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that Alyssa doesn't remember.
Wait, hey, stop! Don't share it. Stop doing it. You're fucking up our feed.
Sorry, bro.
Get off! You're fucking up our feed.
Sorry.
Changes the width of the window.
So we've met in person and you've been in my house?
Yes!
I was in that picture.
And you have no recollection, do you, Alyssa?
I'm
Be
very
honest. Any fucking clue.
That was
If a gun went to
Politicon.
your head, if it
I was
your head
standing
and
behind
said,
Alyssa in that picture.
do you know Ken Garr? You would say, nope. Gun to her head, Ken Garr.
Even after this episode, she would still say that.
Back to Dave. I want to see what's to Dave's house.
I don't think you do.
Well, Ken, you've been at Dave's house. What does it look like?
It's actually really nice. Really lovely. A lot of locks in his basement.
But that bidet is lovely.
Well, if you've got a Vietnamese asshole, it is.
That's right.
All right. Should we play the game at some point?
I think we should. I think we should play the game at this point. Rachel.
All right. So the game is Quarantine a Movie. So I'm going to, we have a lot of entries. I'll read some of the non-paid entries. And then once we start reading the paid entries, we'll come back and we'll vote on a winner. So here we go.
So pay attention.
So the first one.
Once the paid ones start, get your choices ready. And if
Yeah,
you have any
so I'll read
positions of
two
your own,
unpaid.
any of our guests, you can please submit.
So the first unpaid is by Dizzy by Nature, Jaws, but nothing happens because the beach is closed.
Quarantine a Movie.
And then the last unpaid entry I have is from Lola Kern Grabner, Sherlock at Holmes.
Nice.
Oh.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
All right, so these are the paid entries. So we've got
Okay.
Aubrey Tibbs, Don't Stand By Me.
Nice.
That's a good one.
We have Raymond Benson, COVID-19, The Widowmaker.
Oh,
The real movie with
Fuck.
K-19, The Widowmaker. We've got
It's a little too close to home.
Dun Talk, I Wish I Was Home Alone.
All right.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Frank Notaro, The Quarantine Locker.
Guys, I don't know if you know this about Frank Notaro, but his suggestion was a
No.
play on the film The Hurt Locker.
Yeah.
Oh.
And also he was the host of Street Smarts.
Yeah. Nope. Different guy.
Not the
Still
same
Ben.
guy.
Ben, different guy. Different guy.
Different guy.
Different guy.
How am I in Ben's shot and in my shot at the same time? How is this possible?
Sorry about that background, y'all, but I had to keep
Yeah.
it real.
Yeah.
We've got.
Oh, I wish I had that much hair.
We have Jeremy Day. Doctor, these pills seem to do little to alleviate my symptoms.
Nice.
All right. Ben inspired.
Hydrochloroquine, I have heard, based on a random guess, it's very effective at doing nothing, okay?
Ben. We've got Porgy, the man in the PPE mask.
I like that one.
We've got Frank Notaro, 10 things I hate about Zoom.
Oh,
It's funny.
oh,
It's funny.
wow. So fun.
That's a good one.
We've
This show is 3 of them.
Only 3? Jesus.
We've got Porgy, Dr. Sick Lung, or how I learned to stop worrying and love the coronavirus. Is my sound delayed?
Yes, yes, you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just take this.
I'm just pretending like you're in an 80s movie and you're kind of doing a little like robot for us.
All right, I took my headphones off. How's that? Any better?
Do you have Sprint, by the way?
Go to Baghdad. It'll work.
Iraq if you need.
Are you coming to us from your Commodore 64? Get a floppy disk. Help you connect it all.
Yeah, what you have to do, you put load and then quotes and then an asterisk and then 8. That's how you.
Yep. Sad that you remember that. If you could get all.
It wasn't exactly. I'm sure. It was a little off, but that was pretty close to
DOS
Commodore 64.
reference.
Yeah.
MS-DOS.
Yeah,
that was pre-DOS, motherfuckers.
DOS
All right,
is
anyway,
a
sorry, go ahead.
feminist.
Rachel, we need to get to Rachel. Come on, Rachel. What do we got else?
We've got Frank Notaro, The Untouchables.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good too. Frank Notaro is rocking it here.
He's doing it.
We've got Aubrey Tibbs, 51st Zoom date.
Nice.
I like it.
Done Talk, Cocooned.
Nice.
Pretty funny.
Isaac Henry, Avengers, Do Not Assemble.
It's pretty funny.
We've got Ben Garver, 3 Men in an Apartment.
By the way, just to respond to the slander that To the Rescue's props are better than mine. Bam, bam.
Oh,
wow.
Wow.
Okay. You've been thrown down on To the Rescue.
But that's
Gauntlet
on a,
drop.
it's a hard
You
disc.
guys want to stay tuned to tomorrow's episode, which will be an intervention. We will be having.
Was that Bauer's first album? By end of the show for a hard disc.
Have Bauer's mixtape.
Great roast joke.
It debuted #1 on AOL. It was great.
Bauer's first mixtape was good, y'all. It was good.
It's before I knew you were gay, Jen. I didn't know.
I know. You were just so enamored because I look so much like you. That was back when I had my beard. That's
how she got the nickname Hot Sauce, actually.
That's
so,
right.
all right, what else? What else we got, Rich?
We've got Caitlin Haber, Fight COVID-19 Club.
Oh, I like it.
Nice.
We've got Amin Salah, A Star Is Bored.
That's really good.
Jeremy Day, Citizen Kane, Not Go Outside.
I have to interrupt quickly.
Look at
Oh,
Dave.
fuck.
No, wait. He's like, I'll show
Tapes,
you.
what the fuck does he have?
Yeah. Wow.
That 8-track fucking tapes?
Oh my god.
Oh, it's hard discs.
Oh,
I
hard
get
That's
it.
that's the largest
Wow.
porn
It was 8
collection
tracks.
from
I was like,
1978.
motherfucker's going back to 77.
Dude, you better be a prop master or that's just creepy as balls, dude.
Well done.
It's all the pictures of the children.
That's actually where he has all of his old Who's the Boss episodes. That's how he.
Used to be a photographer in a mall.
I stand humbled for the moment. Also, I have to quickly share from the chat. Ben Jackson in our live video audience says of the picture that Ken shared of him and Alyssa, hey, I was in that picture. Apparently, I've met Ken too.
That's hilarious.
And he submits for the game, The Fast and the Feverish. So you got that as well.
Nice. All right, Rachel, what else we got for the game?
We've got Dizzy by Nature, Fat Man Begins. We've got Jeremy Day, Can't Pay My Rent.
Oh, nice.
Funny.
Amin Salah, How to Lose a Marriage in 10 Days. We've got Jeremy Day, Ferris Bueller's Year Off.
That's funny.
Oh, nice. Did you just mispronounce Bueller? We'll move on, but just making sure.
Called it Bueller.
Bueller. Bueller.
Bueller.
Belvedere. Belvedere.
We've got Jeremy Day. No close encounters of any kind.
Oh, that's good.
That's
favorite.
That was really good.
We've got two more, and then we'll do our live audience ones. So we've got John Dugan, Commando, How We're Living in the COVID Era.
That is one. Alyssa was in that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know that because that was going to be one of mine. Damn it. Sorry, go ahead.
That was my last hit.
We've got two more. So Soccer Freak, Alexander and the Horrible, No Good, Very Bad 2 months.
Nice.
And the last one I have is from Razor, The Curious Case of Benjamin's Toilet Paper.
Nice.
And so I know Zara had some.
Yep. So I've got 4 paid entries. I've got, and I say this as a COVID researcher, so I have an evidence base here. 1, Once Upon a Time in Wuhan. 2, I also had 10 things I hate about Zoom.
That's good.
3, Around My House for 80 Days.
Nice.
And the last one's a bit of a Bowers confession here. Endgame. Because of this quarantine, I'm the first person to complete Tinder.
Well done. Hard to do.
All
It
right.
can be done. It can be done. It takes dedication.
I don't know. I used it on the road in smaller cities. It's pretty easy.
And actually, I went to Israel a couple years ago, and I logged on when I was there, and within 3 swipes, it matched me with my cousin. So that was awkward.
Awkward that you did swipe right.
How was he?
Yeah, how was the date?
He and I had a magical 2 weeks, and I came back and forgot about it. You know?
That's typical Ben Gleib.
And in 4 swipes, you had a sore. Hey, I got inspired. Can I do one?
Absolutely.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Zoom.
Nice.
Brooklyn, COVID 99.
TV show, but we'll give it to you.
Oh, sorry, Bowers. Oh, technicality. Pandemic technicality.
Those two
my
were
balls are
pretty
in my
good,
fucking
Jamie.
chest. 9 hours in that thing.
Look, I thought those were cute. I wouldn't plug your show at Nowhere right after saying those. Maybe give some time.
You guys have to be nice to Jamie. He's listening to Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist on his headphones.
You know what? You know what I loved about your set, Jen? I love it. It's topical, it's personal, it's new stuff, and that's what a good comedian does. I call a little bullshit though, and not trying a Twinkie for 20 years. But hey, everything.
No, it wasn't that I hadn't tried it. It's that I never turned it upside down. I'm not looking at it. That's real. I never fucking turned it up. I ate it right out the fucking wrapper.
Yeah. By the way, everybody, speaking of topical, that brought to you by Jamie Kennedy's Burn Broth, now in topical ointment. So let's finish up the game, guys. Let's do the game.
Right in my face.
So
let's do the game.
Do we have any more audience? Any more audience?
How many more games you have? Jesus.
That's it for me. So let's see if there's any.
It's the Laugh Olympics.
All right, let's vote.
Yeah, let's vote.
All right, let's vote. Jen Kober, what's your favorite?
My favorite was the 10 Things I Hate About Zoom. That just got me.
All right, we got 2 entries with that. So if that wins, both of them win. What do we got from Ken Garr?
Oh, I got to agree. That was the one that made me chuckle the most.
All right, 2 for that. Jamie Kennedy.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with those guys. I agree. That was a great one.
All right, it's running away. Alyssa Milano, you want to vote?
Don't Stand By Me was my favorite.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Nice.
All
Very
right.
solid choice.
Don't stand by me.
And
Got
with
to
those
vote.
armpits, people are not standing next to you.
Right.
Well, they are. You just can't
neighborhood,
see them.
girl.
They get. Yeah. So, Rachel, what's yours?
Mine is don't stand by me.
All right. Don't stand by me with 2. Don't call it a comeback. Chris Bowers, what do you got?
I like The Avengers Do Not Assemble. I like 3 Men in an Apartment, A Star is Born, no close encounters of any kind, and Around My House for 80 Days. We're all good. But I'm going to go with Avengers. No, I'm going to go with 3 Men in an Apartment. I think 3 Men in an Apartment is very funny.
That's funny.
All right. 3 Men in an Apartment. What do you got, Ben?
I loved 10 Things I Hate About Zoom. That was hilarious.
It was so funny, yeah.
All right. So 4 for that. So my vote does not matter. But my vote was actually
It's like
Mike has
regular
already
voting.
Exactly. Oh, I've always lived in like New York or California. My vote's never really done much. But I would say, and by the way, I mean, I really tried to change things in that city council race in Nashua, but, you know, I just wasn't eligible.
Appreciate you, Steve.
My vote was actually no close encounters of any kind. That was my favorite, but there were so many great ones on this. You guys really crushed it. And so the winner is 10 Things I Hate About Zoom. So both of you, the way you claim your prize, go to the website, laughfromhome.com, and email, and you can claim your prize. And I actually had a couple that I was going to do. So both Jamie and Alyssa have been in a number of movies that qualify. In addition to Commando, also Tempting Fate and Fear. Just those titles alone would work.
Nicole Forever.
Yeah, and
Also,
Jamie.
also, really quickly, if I can just say, since Jamie did break the rules with involving TV, also perfect for this situation is Who's the Boss?
Sure. And so I'm going to go back to mine, which were, yeah. So also Jamie was in Scream, Son of the Mask, and Foreclosed. All qualify.
Those all work.
But my favorite one.
That last one wasn't a movie. It's just literally
That's why
what
we
happened
only
to him.
see him in a hot tub. The house they let him in.
I have to confess, it's Ron Jeremy's. That's why I wanted to get him on the show. It's Ron Jeremy's.
like the homeowners looking through the blinds, like, God damn it, Jamie Kennedy's in the fucking hot tub again. Jesus Christ, the hose,
Jamie.
get the hose.
Jamie, you're supposed to pay me every 10 minutes. This is a long segment this time. You're gonna owe triple.
Also,
Like, "We got another fresh batch of broth, babe."
That's his trade out. I also had The People Going to the Beach Are Malibu's Most Wanted. And then I also had Bohemian Rhapsody.
Wasn't in that
The
one.
story of hydroxychloroquine. So.
Nice. Love that.
Hey, if I can exclude myself, since you already did, I think the simplest one is the Jamie Kennedy experiment.
Yeah, that is what this segment has been, for sure.
That's what this whole thing is.
Jamie Kennedy experiment.
Yeah. You've been
It'd be
X'd.
funny. You know how like on the Matrix, we were all like a bubble on a flea on the back of a cat or some shit. Like, what if we are
Did you
all
see the
just
That was Men
In the
Black.
Matrix, when like we had to go like 2 by 2 on a boat because there was a giant flood. You remember the Matrix, right?
It was Men in Black. I smoke a lot of weed. Leave me the fuck alone. Stop.
You
touching
remember-
me. What the fuck I'm in? Don't be a dick. All right.
You remember the Matrix when that black guy drove that old lady around all the time?
God damn it.
That was actually the prequel to the Green Book.
So, what if that's it? What if we're all just in Jamie Kennedy's head? What if we're all like a fucking parasite living on that beard or something?
It's my fucking world, Jen, and you look at both sides of the Twinkie in it.
That's right. I always, every time I eat a Twinkie, Jamie, I'm gonna think of you. And the fact that you're playing the Nowhere Comedy Club.
It's a good club. Have you read about it? People
I
are
know
loving
it is. I just like to give you shit.
I
for
just
being
got
Nowhere.
booked, goddammit. I'm trying this is my second gig.
Where do I set up my merch?
Nowhere. So, with that, did we catch up, Rachel? Do we have any more chats?
There was a tip that had come in for Ken from Ethan. For Ken, $10 for Ken because he always makes me laugh.
Oh, thank you.
Hurts. And then we had a tip for Jen from Christopher Capo, $10 for Twinkie ingredients.
Thank you, friend. Thank you.
Nice.
Did Alyssa or Jamie or did Alyssa have any for the game? Did you have any ideas?
Well, if we were gonna do we could also do harmed instead of charmed.
Oh, nice.
Love it.
That's good.
Oh my God.
I have a few entries I wanted to share, but just quickly, one personal note beforehand. It's kind of cool that Alyssa surprised us today because also for the first time we have in the audience my dear friend Charlie Smith, who was the senior field coordinator for our campaign.
Hey,
Hello, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
How are you?
And Alyssa gave us some of our first big press and exposure of our campaign. And I promise you, we had a lot of politically seasoned people as well on the campaign, of course, but also there were some comedians working with us, and Ken Garr was our campaign treasurer, and Hofstetter, of course, was press secretary. So to have everybody here is a pretty cool moment. And we failed, you guys. We did our best.
Yeah, all of us together did not do much. I got to say, Ben, you got almost as many.
Did any better.
You got almost as many votes as the city councilman in Nashua, New Hampshire. So that's
it's to Steve.
Rachel, let's go to that tip jar to see anything we have any for the campaign staffers.
Yeah, the tip for them is to work on a different campaign.
Yes. Press secretary would have been Jamie Kennedy in a hot tub.
Alyssa
would have done a better job than I did for sure.
Alyssa, take it in. Your armpit is jealous.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, you got a lot going on, Jamie.
I don't want to shave.
No, he doesn't. That's never been true.
I mean, I was just confused as to the fact that you were eating soup in a hot tub with a towel over your head. 105-degree weather.
Well, Alyssa, unlike you, I don't have the beautiful Italian gene. You have a little bit more melanin. I don't know. Is that it? Right? And I'm actually of Steve's tribe. I'm almost a ginger, but I'm not. So I burn simply. And it was bone broth. It wasn't soup. And I was in the tub. And there's Lysol in there.
That's his
and the
skin.
sun kills it because the president said so. And there's Clorox in there too. And I don't care.
Like it was like a sweat lodge.
Yeah. The name of my new movie.
Jamie's going to be, by the way, in Sweat Lodge 6 coming up soon.
It is actually on Redbox Pakistan, Jen. You can start that.
I have just a few entries today, not that many. I've got It Was a Wonderful Life. I've got The Wizard Who Gave Dr. Oz His Medical Degree.
Nice.
That's kind of fun.
Gone with the Bleach. Rear Window, the travel series. The Silence of the Plans.
Nice.
That one cuts a little too close.
Yes, it does. This next one cuts even closer. One, It's Not Just a Flu Over the Cuckoo's Nest at 1400 Pennsylvania Avenue.
1600.
And,
by the way, you ran for president, 1600.
And I wasn't sure if it was 14 or 16, and I went with the right.
They don't tell you the address unless you get 2% of the vote. That's how it works.
I still can move into 1400 Pennsylvania.
Sure can.
1400 is an Airbnb. You're perfectly welcome.
And my last my last few here are shave your privates already, Ryan. Blade Runner on your armpits, Alyssa. And fuck soup.
Brothers.
That's it. That's all I got.
Can we go? That was amazing. I just got inspired by you for the professional, the adult one. For adult film. Debbie does no one?
They'll be at the Nowhere Comedy Club, you guys.
Oh, wait.
Not voting well for the show.
Really sells some tickets, Jamie.
Try the chicken fingers.
I wish.
Those cheeses look so good.
I'm about to eat a lot more hot sauce and a lot more stuff. Steve, you want to bring us home here?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we want to say goodbye to our lovely audience. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Audience folks, y'all can shut your cameras. Really special thanks to Alyssa Milano. Such a fun surprise to have you here. We really appreciate you not only stopping in, but being a real sport and allowing
Giving us so much content.
Yeah, to make fun of your arm hair, to poison your daughter's mind. Like, there were a lot of things we got to do on the show to once and for all find out who's the boss, the most original question you've ever been asked.
We got the answer.
We did get the answer. But no, seriously, it's so cool to have you here. Is there anything you want to plug?
Nope.
Her podcast
No part of this audience.
Decided against it after being here for now.
My podcast up here, but also I'm in the new Farrelly Brothers show, which is going to be on Quibi starting in July. So it's called The Now.
Right on.
And Bill Murray is also in it.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Good job.
Love that. Thank
Nicely
you. So
done.
much.
What you got, Jamie?
I'm at the Nowhere Comedy Club.
Cool.
It's
Do we at least know the date of that?
I believe it's May 21st. May 21st. Steve, the time maybe 5-ish.
I think it's 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, or whenever you decide to do it.
Yeah. And other than that, I'm just going into the kitchen to make some more broth after this.
Love that.
Nice.
And it's May 21st, so Jamie's got some time to write new stuff.
Oh shit!
I'm saving it for the big show.
Yeah. Save it for the show.
Thanks for keeping comedy alive, you guys.
We love you.
Thank
Thanks
you,
so much for
Alyssa.
coming in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so awesome that you were here, both of you guys. That was really wonderful to have you both here. Thank you much.
Thank you guys.
You again.
Ken
Awesome
Garr.
time.
Ken Garr, do some plugs. What do you got going on?
On May 16th, I'll be doing another comedy show via Zoom. Saturday, May 16th, 8:30 Central on Zoom. Tickets are available at Eventbrite. I'm sure you could type in my name, or right here in the corner, if you follow me at Ken Garr Was Taken, DM me and I'll get you all the ticket information. I'll put it as a link in my bio. So super happy to be here today.
And it's so
Awesome,
cute how Ken
Ken.
thinks that his Zoom name is showing up on the broadcast twice now on the show.
So
Oh, it is. It's so nice that I am an idiot and don't know my own show. My mistake.
Maybe
We don't
I'll
watch the show.
change. Maybe I'll change my name to 1400 Pennsylvania Avenue.
it's like
You
life
know,
is
I
blind
looked that up.
next door.
I Googled it because I really wanted to show a picture of whatever was at 1400 Pennsylvania Avenue. And not only does that not exist, but the other person to make that gaffe was Sarah Palin. So,
Ow.
Ow.
You're in good company.
yeah.
Indeed.
Also, she wasn't given the address either. So, Ken Kober, what do you got?
So I'm on your TV. I'm on the final episode of season 1 of Dead to Me. Season 2 starts today. I am on The Righteous Gemstones on HBO, AJ and the Queen also on Netflix. If you're watching the Disney Plus like I am, I'm on a show called Diary of a Future President. Check it out.
You say
I'm also on The
diarrhea
Purge
of a
on
future
USA
president?
Network. And then
Yep.
I have my own show, Stories for My Dog, Tuesday, May 19th. Chris Bowers is my special guest. Be there. It's a great show. JenKober.com for the tickets.
Excellent. We're happy to have you on the show, Jen. Thanks for coming back. Much appreciated.
I loved it. It was so fun.
Thank you. Queen Rachel, as always, we're thrilled to have you. We can't wait till you get back to a place with internet. That'll be fun. But it's good. You can just blame the mispronunciation. You're like, no, I said Bueller. It just, there was a lag. So it just sounded like Bueller. No, always love having you on the show, Rachel.
Love you guys. Bye.
And Chris Bowers, what do you got coming up?
I actually have a Nowhere comedy show too. This is actually a big moment in my career. It's May 10th at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. NowhereComedyClub.com. buy tickets there. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mary Santora's on it with Rob Ryan. Both people have been on the show, so it's going to be a great show. Come check that out.
And I wouldn't say that that's a big moment in your career. You've been booked nowhere as long as I've known you. So
yeah, this finally pays money though. That's the good news.
Yeah. and Ben Gleib. By the way, Taylor, I'm going to be taking us out today. Just a heads up. So Ben, what do you got?
Yes, Bowers, love you, man. Can't wait to see your show on the 10th. And I have a show this Tuesday at Nowhere Comedy Club on the 12th. It'll be me and Greg Proops, the improv legend, as you know from Whose Line Is It Anyway? He and I both doing an hour of improvised comedy together. Get your tickets at nowherecomedyclub.com. And that's really all that I have to plug today. I will get around to doing my podcast again very soon. It's just been a couple of very busy weeks. But I normally end the show, but as Steve mentioned, he'll be ending it today for a very special announcement. And so I will kick it to my main man, and I will try to think of ways to kick it to you in the future that aren't from the 80s. Steve Hofstetter. Good night.
Well, I appreciate that. We were talking about Who's the Boss a lot, so it fit. We've been doing this show now for about 2 months. And seeing the community that has rallied around it has been absolutely amazing. As you can see, I'm wearing my social distancing social club shirt. The green screen is kind of wreaking havoc with it. But it's been really wonderful. And one of the things that's been wonderful about it is that you guys have been, through watching the show and donating to the show, whether you even knew it or not, you've been supporting the Martin Foundation. And what the Martin Foundation does is it supports comedians. Because of COVID, we changed how we do things, and we established a program called the Friendly Shoulder. And what the Friendly Shoulder is we've been giving out $1,000 grants to various comedians in order to get them through this and get to the point where they can stand up again, hence the name Friendly Shoulder. The Martin Foundation is named for my father, Martin. It's named in memory of him, and he was always someone who was incredibly generous. He didn't have anything, but he gave whatever he could, both his time and anything he could make to charity, and so that's why I founded it in his name. Well, today we were able to award 5 more Friendly Shoulder grants, and 3 of the show's biggest supporters, actually the 3 biggest supporters of the show, Dana, you might know as Z Bunster, as well as Jessica and Zara, joined us. We did a Zoom with the 4 of us that run this show, as well as the 3 of them and the 5 comedians who won, and we got to surprise them. They had no idea they were winning on it, and it's a really cool moment. We have the full video on my YouTube. It's on my community page. I just posted it, so if you want to check that out, that would be amazing. And the reason I wanted to close today is, aside from preventing Ben from doing any more puns, the reason I wanted to close today was just to say thank you. One of the things it's one of the things that was difficult for me was to get through today without crying. And I actually, in the session when we awarded them, I cried a decent amount, because to see a community come together like this, and to be able to make good on what my father was trying to do during his life has been just a real honor. And I know we make fun of me on the show a lot that I'm the one quarantined by myself. That's kind of a running joke, because I'm not quarantined with family, but I am. So I just want to say thanks to you guys, because you are my family. So have a good night.
Love you.
We love you, Steve.
Love you, buddy.
We love you.